Right, lovely. Can you introduce yourself first?
Yes, I'm Dr. Helen Ferrier. I'm Head of Policy at the NFU.
First of all, thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for talking to everybody as well. One of the last questions you were asked was what surprised you most about what you got out of tonight.
Yes.
What did you put?
What did I put? I think I put that iPhone is moving its production of the next version of iPhone out of China because of concerns about skills shortages and not being able to get the sufficiently skilled people within China. I thought it was amazing.
And that's because of notions about very poor quality of food in China affecting the workforce.
That was the link that was being made. So the pollution in China is actually affecting certainly children's development, and that is leading to reductions in IQ. And I think that's pretty terrifying.
It is terrifying, isn't it? So something you talked about, which I just found really interesting, was the extent to which you think farmers are going to have to embrace robotisation. We hear about it maybe a little bit on the Archers or something like that, but you don't really see it at the moment. What's the driver for that, and how far do you think it's going to go?
I think there's already a lot of that. There's already some happening. There's elements of that in existing machinery, but I think part of the driving force of that is skills shortages or actual labour shortages. So there's going to be this need to find people to do those low-skilled jobs, and I think automation is going to be one aspect of that. And equally, the technology's there, and there are companies that are looking for new markets. Agriculture is clearly one of those, and hopefully the development and the market will move along together, and we will see some of those improvements, because I think it could make a massive difference for efficiency of farm production.
But this is a really big agricultural change, isn't it? People coming off the land again and being replaced with a huge amount of investment. Yeah,
I guess it's kind of happening gradually, so it's not necessarily a kind of a big leap, because we have had those changes when tractors came along and replaced horses, and that pattern has been happening. But I think the kind of the level of technology that can be bound up in machinery, and the kind of data-driven technologies around that as well.
And the sensors you talked about, sensors in the soil, sensors in the fields.
Yeah, and that's already happening certainly in many sectors, certainly in arable. The newest tractors have all those kinds of sensing equipment and also the analytical capabilities of actually dealing with that data and turning it into something that farmers can use to help make decisions. So I think that is going to carry on happening, and it will all come together because the technologies are so very much interlinked.
And there's a real challenge for farmers there, which is if they've got all this information about... It's going straight up.
Yeah.
But if they've got all this information about what's gone into our food, who are they to hold it back from us? The issue around transparency as well of that data.
Yeah, I think that it's a great opportunity. The more data that are generated, the more people can then use that to make decisions, and that might be making decisions about their own particular farm, or it might be people within the supply chain making decisions about their suppliers, which could be positive or negative. And it might also be regulators making decisions about
practices
what farmers are doing, and whether that is following regulatory pathways and so on. So there are positives, because all of that can be more efficient and can be more evidence-based, but equally you need to make sure that there are people still there, that it's not just computer says no, off you go.
Fantastic, thank you so much.